warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Sishadan. Today our group will present to you about poor data management related to PADU system that just launched in Malaysia within this year. So our group mates are including Muhammad Nabil Ashraf bin Muhammad Rashid, me Muhammad Farus Saleh bin Muhammad Suhud, Ira Fakihah binti Muhammad Hamim, and also Lokman Nur Hazim bin Ahmad. So for the presentation, we include 4 items for the 4 items to present, which is introduction, case study, vulnerability, and also improvement. So what is poor data management? Poor data management refers to inadequate practices, strategies, or system for handling, storing, processing, and utilizing data within an organization. It can manifest in various ways, including risk to data security, ineffective data processes, and also compliance issues. So for the objective is to learn what is poor data management, to identify why and how does this happen, to create the root cause analysis, which is RCA, for poor data management. The problem statement that we came up for this case study is numerous systems are grappling with these challenges. Data leaks are the result of poor data management, lack of awareness for poor data management among users in Malaysia. So next, I will pass to our next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ira Fakihah binti Muhammad Hamim. Thank you, Soleh, for your explanation. So today I will talk about PADU. So we use PADU as our case study. So what is PADU? So PADU is stand for Pangkalan Data Utama, which a central database hub developed by Malaysian government. It's also a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Economy Department and Malaysian Administrative Modernization and Management Training Unit. So when did it deploy? So the PADU was deployed on Tuesday, January 2, 2024, and it was officially launched by our Prime Minister, which is Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim. It's marking a significant step toward the fairer distribution of targeted subsidies for Malaysian in need. So it also provides a clear picture of a national household income. So it's allow the government to distribute the subsidies more effectively. So next, who developed PADU? So PADU was developed by the Malaysian government. So specifically the Ministry of Finance, which is MOF, and the Implementation Coordination Unit, ICU, of the Prime Minister Department. So the development, the PADU was collaborative effort between various government agencies. It includes for Ministry of Finance, so Implementation Coordination Unit, Minister Department, National Registration Department, JPN, Planning Unit, MAMPU, which is Malaysian Administrative Modernization and Management Planning Unit. So MAMPU is to provide the technical assistance and the guidance on data management and the integration, and so the other government agency. So how does PADU help? So PADU helps to inform decision making, enhancing existing aid program, identifying undeserved area, streamlining registration process. So for the informed decision making is by using data. So government collect the data using the PADU to give the subsidy for targeting to welfare program. So for the enhancing existing aid program, so the subsidy targeting the complements existing aids program by provide a more comprehensive and accurate system. It considers the various factors beyond just income, such as age, gender, location, occupation, and education level. So for the identifying underserved area, so PADU helps the government to identify the area of job that have been underserved and require urgent attention. So for the streamlining registration process, to allow individual to register once and be considered multiple assistance scheme and reducing the hassle of multiple registration. So thank you. That's all from me. I will pass to the next person.
Assalamualaikum, saya Luqman Ahmad. So I will continue the presentation for our case study. So I will cover in the vulnerability for PADU system. So there's a few vulnerability that we have discovered for the PADU system past their deployment. So PADU developed with the outdated methods. So PADU are relying on a duplicated centralized database to host their database instead of opt for a distributed API gateway to access another sector's data. So by employing this such antique or old style approach to develop PADU, it's not only risk the data duplication, but it also raises a concern about the integrity and the accuracy of stored data. So by having a centralized database, so basically you have another copies of another database that we have already have it. So by having another type of database, it poses of data duplication between those two database. So it's like a many relation lah, which it would not be synchronized. So the best approach for this should be by having a API gateway for the PADU system to query those type of data. So another vulnerability that we have discovered are vulnerability for the authentication method. So anyone with the ID number or postal code can register with your ID for you creating a security risk. So using this data to create a PADU account could lead to identity theft, impersonation, as the information is easily available on the internet. So another one is a fraudster can use a phone number and the victim ID, name, postal code, and impersonate and create those accounts. So from the Ong Kian Ming, so they mentioned that if we have anyone IC number or postcode with the IC, so basically I can register it for someone else. So that is one of the biggest flaws lah in the PADU system that we have discovered. So the third vulnerability that we notice are the allowed password to change with IC. So basically we can change another person PADU account with only IC number and also their API and also their password lah based on their nombor KP. So the vulnerability reported allow any bad actor to change person login password using IC only. So and then as we know, PADU have their own API, right? So by those API, we can actually change the password for the user by accessing the PADU API of terlupa kata laluan, reset kata laluan, and also API daftar kata laluan. So only requires a IC number or nombor KP string value and password string value, and one more is a type string value. So by querying this with this nombor KP and password, so basically we can also change their password to another password lah. So attempt a call with this API using a correct IC number and also using a random password. So for this example, we are using a password 01 and the server return with 200 success. So with 200 success, basically it means that the password is changed lah, and in a success message saying that the IC have the Padu account have already changes. So it is big security risk lah for the Padu system. Right. So that's all from me. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you Loma for your point. So, Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. And to Mr. Syahadan, my name is Muhammad Nabil Ashraf bin Muhammad Rashid. So, I will cover for the topic for the improvement plans. So, basically, the improvement plan we can do is the temporary credential, which is this one is by the organization significantly reduce the risk associated with stolen or the compromised permanent password. So permanent password is compromised can give the unauthorized user prolonged access to the sensitivity system and the data. So the temporary credential on the other hand have a limited lifespan. So which mean even if they are stolen or intercept, their usefulness to an attacker is short life. So we go through the temporary. The credential also can help the identify threat, the potential security breach or unusual login attempt. So basically this one is to provide an additional layer of security by making it easier to monitor and track login activities. If unusual login attempt or potential security breach occur, this credential can help in quickly identify such as the threat. For instance, if a temporary credential is used for in a suspicious manner or from an unexpected location, it can be flagged for further investigation, allowing for prompt response to potential security incidents. So next, slowly integrate the data. So it is a help to enhance the security efficient. So at this point, it is a help in managing the complexities that associate with end data migration system the data migration and the system interoperability. By taking a phased approach, the organization can ensure that security measures are effectively implement and test at each stage. So it is a reduce the likelihood or vulnerabilities. This method integration process flow for continuous monitoring and adjustment. So it is leading to a more robust and secure environment. So that's the point for the help of the hand. So next, allowing for the operational availability. So this means that the critical system and the data remain accessible and functional during the integration process. By integrating data slowly, the organization can minimize disruption and maintain business continuity. So this approach allow for thorough testing and validation at each step, ensuring all the systems are properly synchronized and any issue are addressed properly, thus maintaining the overall efficiency and reliability of the operation. So at this point, this is the improved plan focus on enhancing the security through the use of the temporary credential and also temporary credential and careful. So phased approach to the data integration in intimately leading to a more secure and resilient organizational infrastructure as well. So next slide. Okay, my digital ID SSO. So for the first point is simplify the multiple service login with a centralized user data for secure and valid identity verification for online transaction. So at this point, it's highlight that to implement the centralized user data for the my digital ID SSO, ensure secure and valid identity verification for online transaction. Okay, so this centralized system enhance security by maintaining all the user credentials in a single secure location, reducing the risk of the unauthorized access. So next point is user can access various services with a single login, eliminating the need for multiple username and password. So at this point, the user can access the various service with a single login, eliminating need for multiple username, and this simplification not only enhance the user experience by making it a more convenient, but it also reduce the chance of user forgetting their credential, thereby minimize the login issue and the support request as well. Okay, that's the point for the my digital ID SSO. So we move to the others topic, which is the secure API endpoint. So all API endpoint URL should not be exposed if needed for public use. It should come with the API key. Rate limitation cause header restriction. So this point is highlighted for to enhance the security. All API endpoint URLs should not be exposed to publicity. If they need to be accessibility for public use, they should be protected with the API keys. These API keys act as a secure access token that ensure only authorized user or application can access the API. So next, password information always should be encrypted hash. So this one is something is like the password information should always be encrypted and enhanced. This means that even if the data is intercepted or accessed by authorized user, the password remains secure and unreadable. Using a strong hashing algorithm like bcrypt or Argons ensure that the passwords are well protected against a brute force attack. So this one is to so I will cover the improvement is to improve plan with the my digital SO to aims to streamline user authentication process while maintaining high security standard. So the secure API endpoint strategy ensure all the interaction with the system are safeguarded against potential threat, providing a robust and user-friendly authentication solution. I think that's for the improvement plan. So lastly, we go through the conclusion. So next slide. Okay, lastly, conclusion. So data management is important as it play crucial role in the data storage and the data security in an organization. If not implemented, the sequence can be serious, including security breach, the loss of the customer trust. So regulatory section and missing out on the business opportunity. Example, of good data management. So one is the implementing a strong data management system, strengthening of the security measure, and lastly promoting data for the training. I think that's all from my group. So thank you to all my team to commit for this assignment, and thank you to Shahadan to guidance us and lead to guide us until here. So thank you Shahadan, and thank you team. Assalamualaikum.